Salam everyone, it's Rabia here and welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is going to be something very cheesy. It's this pizza fries topped with delicious chicken tikka and obviously loaded with tons of cheese. As always, the completed recipe can be found on my blog hungryforgoodies.com, so let's jump to the recipe. I like to start off by preparing the chicken tikka. So for that, I'm using this ready-made tikka masala mix and I'm adding about a tablespoon of that into my boneless chicken, which I've cut into small cubes. And then I'm also adding 1 tablespoon of yogurt and mixing everything well. If you don't want to use a ready-made tikka masala powder, you can go ahead and make your own. I have the recipe for that on my channel. If you want to check that out, I have put the link in the description below. So once everything is well combined, it's time to cook it. So here I have my pan. I'm just going to add a bit of oil, and once that's all hot, I'm adding in the chicken. I'm going to fry this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then I'm going to cover this and let this cook on low flame for 2 minutes just to soften the chicken. After a few minutes, you can see that the chicken has released all its water, and now I'm going to just stir this on high heat until all the liquid has disappeared. Next, I'm going to add some paprika powder just to give this extra reddish color, and it's basically done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this from the heat and let this rest aside on room temperature to cool this down. Now it's time to make the fries. I'm using frozen fries here. I like to use my air fryer to cook them. Honestly, I'm kind of obsessed with it. Whenever I make fries, I always use my air fryer instead of frying them because it's healthier. I usually air fry my fries for about 15 minutes at the maximum temperature. For this recipe, I'm doing 2 batches of fries because my air fryer is quite small, so I'm doing 2 batches. So that's about 650 grams of fries. And I also like to give it a good shake in between just so that it cooks evenly. So now that my fries are done, it's time to top it with loads of cheese. I'm going to use 3 slices of this single cheddar cheese and then top it with grated mozzarella cheese. Now don't be shy here. You have to add a generous amount of cheese if you want this to be good. Even though I said this is a pizza fry, you can see I didn't add any tomato sauce, and that's because I didn't want it to be soggy. But if you like, you can go ahead and add as much as tomato sauce as you like. Lastly, I'm topping it off with the prepared chicken tikka and some dry basil and oregano leaves. And now that you've added all the toppings, it's time to pop this in the oven. I'm baking this in a preheated oven for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the cheese is fully melted. And you can see that it starts bubbling. That's when you know it's done. Once it's ready, it's time to dig in. I suggest having this while it's still warm and the cheese is still gooey and soft. I served mine with some ketchup and it was really good. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this recipe and do give this a try. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my social medias, Instagram and Facebook. And I shall see you on my next one. Bye!